Deeply cleansing energy is sweeping through the earth. This is bringing about a new wave of karmic purging and healing release that will serve us in breaking down what does not serve the unity and well-being of the human collective. The dysfunctional structures of the old world are continuing to collapse, and rapid disillusionment is helping us to clear all that blocked the flow of the truth in the past. We are living in profoundly transformative times, and this moment is yet another turning point in defining the new world we're all co-creating. The angels have important guidance to share with you on all of this, so tune into your heart with me and get ready to receive the angels' messages for the blood moon total lunar eclipse cycle with divine guidance spanning from March 3rd through 17th and beyond. On March 3rd, when the date reads 3-3, we have a blood moon total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. Blood moon eclipses occur in series of threes. This blood moon occurring on 3-3 is the third blood moon of this series, with the other two having occurred on March 14th and September 8th of 2025. And if you happen to live in the Pacific time zone, this is also occurring at 3 a.m. your time. Life-changing transformational events usually occur in cycles of 3. When you see threes repeatedly, this is the angel sending you a message that you are transforming, learning, growing, and rising on the path of higher consciousness. When a new reality is being built, the structures of our spiritual energy grid and consciousness form triads and triangles. In the physical plane, triangles are among the strongest, most stable shapes for building because they are rigid, cannot be deformed without bending their sides, and distribute force evenly. And of course, what we observe in the physical plane is mirrored in the mental and spiritual planes of being. So, when patterned events occur in threes, this means that the bonds of the old structures are breaking down and the bonds of a new structure are forming. We are literally standing at the threshold of a new reality and co-creating it as it is being built. Because this eclipse is the third in a cycle of 3, it is a symbolic last chapter moment, a final release and realization that allows us to truly move forward. On top of that, this is also a south node eclipse, which means that it is working on the completion of the past, closing out karmic lessons, and letting go of what no longer serves us. While the process may be volatile and intense in the moment, it is clearing space for a new story to begin. Now, in numerology, 33 is the most powerful master number, known as the master teacher, and a higher octave of 6, representing unmatched nurturing, altruism, and spiritual wisdom. It combines the master numbers 11 and 22, focusing on expanding unconditional love, creativity, and spiritual harmony. 33 essentially signifies deep spiritual awakening, protection, and the ability to uplift others. According to the angels, a new world being built in place of the old one is a more peaceful world. It is a world based in a deeper resonance of love, harmony, and altruism. If you want to go even deeper into the spiritual significance of the number 3, check out my 333 angel number video linked for you in the description below. Remember, this eclipse marks the next step in a greater eclipse cycle that is bringing about huge historical changes that are reshaping our world permanently. This is a time of truth and awakening, darkness coming to light, the dismantling of the old world, and the preparation to birth a new world with a stronger, more leading resonance of love instead of fear. Eclipses symbolize permanent, fated changes that set the tone for the next 6 months. So this is shining a big light on what we're going to be experiencing for a great portion of 2026. With that in mind, let's dive into the details with the angels' 3 messages for this eclipse. All 3 messages I'm about to share will affect you, your path, and our collective world events in some way. But if you'd like to get a sense for which message will contain your personal leading spiritual lesson, then pick a number now, 1, 2, or 3. Whichever number you're drawn to first will represent your leading angel message. Ready? Let's dive into it. The angel's first message is that now is the time to purify and heal your life. This blood moon eclipse falls in the sign of Virgo and carries a strong theme of purification and healing release. We will be guided to let go, shed old layers, and release what no longer serves us. Virgo energy encourages refinement, purification, and simplicity, helping us to separate what is essential from what is no longer needed. So we may feel called to simplify and purify our lives, which can occur at any level of being: practical, earthly, physical purification, emotional or mental purification, or spiritual purification. Any habits, beliefs, relationships, or patterns that are toxic to your well-being will be put under a spotlight and become impossible to ignore. Remember, this is a South Node eclipse, which tells us that the current energy is ripe for purging the past. At a collective global level, we are likely to see this in the form of continued volatility on the world stage as global systems that do not serve our ability to function in unity and harmony collapse. Karmic energy waves are exposing and dissolving anything that is designed in a consciousness of lack and fear and intended to serve only a few at the expense of many. We belong to one another, and in divine truth, what genuinely serves one genuinely serves all. Our global spiritual awakening is about realizing that we are one and creating a world that serves that oneness. The angels want you to know that you are the channel of that new world. You are the bridge between heaven and earth, and you are being called to purify and heal so that you can channel the new world with even greater strength. This will likely bring a very special focus to your body and your physical health. Remember, this entire eclipse season has been very triggering and intense for the nervous system. We're being called to purge out and heal emotional information that no longer serves us from where it is stored in our nervous system. A Virgo eclipse especially highlights the mind-body connection, so you may feel highly sensitive and aware of how stress and emotions have influenced your wiring of your physical health. Your body's an earthly antenna for the divine and a temple for the new earth. So you may be called to help refine and purify that temple through increased rest, nourishment, and self-care. Trust and listen to any guidance you receive to purify your diet, detox, increase your water intake, or take steps to heal any past health issues. This is also your time to end daily habits based in addiction. If you take action to purify yourself in these ways, then the angels want you to know that this will completely revolutionize your life and uplift your consciousness in unimaginable ways. At the mental level of being, you're being guided to meet yourself with compassion. True healing happens when we care for ourselves with kindness, love, and understanding. So this is the perfect time to purify your thinking and release excessive self-criticism or perfectionism. You may find that these purifying changes even spill over into your employment or life's work, where there is a strong energy building up and guiding you to let go, change, and begin a new chapter. Trust this purifying force wherever it brings change in your life. Know that these changes are all in service of your highest well-being and will lead to greater blessings on the road ahead. The angel's second message for this blood moon eclipse cycle is that we're about to experience some big reality checks and a disillusionment. Remember, we're in a time of truth and awakening. Darkness is coming to light in order to help us dismantle the old world and make way for the new. The angel's message for us on this is, do not be afraid. Though the light of truth and awareness may be shining on some major darkness and dysfunction from the past, and this may be very uncomfortable to face, this is a necessary step in purging out that darkness and dysfunction. Major reality checks are flowing through our collective consciousness, helping us to bring balance and health back into our lives, both at a personal and social level. A major spotlight for this disillusionment is going to show up around leaders, with a huge potential for certain leaders to lose power. The karma flowing through our collective now is pointed at justice. So the truth and awakening we're experiencing at this time will be aimed at serving justice in our world. By the way, Mars is squaring Uranus during this eclipse, which symbolizes revolutionary behavior, freedom-seeking, breaking out of old systems, and breaking down old structures. This is a strong energetic precedent for fighting for what we believe in and fighting for truth. No more people pleasing. No more going along with the status quo in order to quietly fit in. Something big is sparking to guide us to fight for integrity, accountability, and balance now. This light of truth and justice will strongly shine in our thoughts, communication patterns, and the flow of information in our world at large. You see, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury also happens to be under a retrograde in this eclipse, which symbolizes a potent focus on deeply reevaluating the beliefs, thoughts, communication, and flow of information that form our personal and collective perception of reality. As this energy moves through us, our lives may temporarily feel unclear. Conversations may be more challenging. You may feel caught between different paths or perspectives. Through all of this, the angels are inviting you to quiet your mind, reflect, and spend time contemplating before making any big decisions. Take the time to journal, reflect, meditate, and call upon your angels and spirit guides for answers. On March 11th, Mercury goes direct, so there may be a big magnification of whatever truth you need to see and accept in order to take your next step into higher consciousness and manifesting the timeline of your highest fulfillment and well-being. Overall, know that it is safe to go through a reality check at this time. It is good for you to dissolve illusions and get honest and truthful about what you need to see, believe in, or do in order to manifest the world you want for yourself and your loved ones. The angel's final message for this blood moon eclipse cycle is centered in spiritual leadership. Your angels are inviting you to be your own spiritual leader. The light of the divine creator source, the presence of the same divine essence that created the whole universe, resides within you. Your most direct access point to all the wisdom in the universe, therefore, can be found within. The goddess asteroid, Pallas Athena, is highly active under this eclipse, symbolizing inner strength and wisdom. Pallas Athena represents that you're being guided to go within to find truth, answers, wisdom, and strength. This energy is guiding you to trust your inner authority and find your inner wise warrior so that you may be a leader of the light and take assertive action to create the life of your highest intentions and values. This theme is colored by the influx of Christ consciousness energy. Christ consciousness is a term that simply describes the higher consciousness of divine love. We're being guided through an awakening that will fill our hearts and minds with greater love and compassion for all sentient beings on earth. This consciousness of love is the essential ingredient for birthing a new earth. It is the essence of our collective shift in consciousness, and you are being guided to be a leader in bringing it about. The angels want you to know that one of the primary ways in which you can be a leader for divine love is through your presence. In other words, cultivate a personal consciousness of love and peace. Heal yourself first and live from a peace and love that radiates into the world from deep within you. Because we are all one and all share in one consciousness and spirit, what you do to yourself, you do to the world. So in truth, it is an act of leadership and divine service to hone your own personal spiritual consciousness of love. By the way, there is a beautiful cosmic alignment helping to express this. Jupiter in Cancer is aligned with the star Sirius, which is our spiritual sun. This symbolizes the expansion of the divine wisdom of the heart, compassion, and nurturing others. This activates those with a divine purpose to move beyond their individual bounds and care for others in healing, leadership, and compassion. Jupiter is also trine to Mercury, which symbolizes an expansion of visions and ideas related to higher spiritual consciousness. You are a channel for the divine, whether you realize it or not. Trust in the big, brilliant, compassionate ideas and visions you receive at this time. Share those ideas. Create something from those ideas. This is how you become a spiritual leader of the new earth. No matter how seemingly big or small your actions may be, you are a key player in helping to bring about a world that is more gentle, peaceful, and nurturing for all. By the way, this calling to fulfill your divine purpose in spiritual leadership is going to strengthen in a big way around the March 20th equinox. On that date, divine light will be flooding our planet to create a reset and rebirth for compassion. I'm going to be leading an equinox ascension activation on that date. If you want to join, just add your name to my list via the link below, and I'll send you some more info. Thank you so much for receiving these angel messages today and for being the light of the world. And of course, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. To connect closely with these eclipse energies, check out my guided meditations, linked for you in the description below. It is my honor to be connected with you, and I am so grateful that the angels helped to bring us together. Know until next time that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye!